At Halloween, Salem, Massachusetts may as well be the North Pole at Christmas.
Ow! Trick or treat!
And while the pandemic has added a new variety of mask to the mix and cut down on the numbers, the spirit remains.
Why is this so special around Halloween?
I think it's the glamour of being what they consider the witch city.
The people that come, they're all dressed up, they're happy, they're having a great time.
Bob Birkinshaw and Jackie Russell
Okay, just need a signature here.
are at the center of it all.
This is raspberry jelly, snowball cream.
As owners of Salem's Ye Old Pepper Company candy store.
A lot of good stuff.
Usually the lines are endless.
The father-daughter duo are third and fourth generation candy makers who still make the same sweet temptations as their company's founder.
The history is very important. That's where we came from. That's where our company started. Even the equipment that we use dates back to the 1800s.
That's how far back Ye Old Pepper Company traces its history. To an Englishwoman named Mary Spencer, who arrived in America in 1806 after being shipwrecked.
She was destitute. She landed in Salem, and her neighbors asked if there was anything they could do for her. And she said, if you could give me some sugar, I can make some candy, and I can start to support myself. So they donated a barrel of sugar to her, and she started making her Gibraltars.
She started selling them on the church steps, soon turning her Gibraltars into what's believed to be the country's first commercially sold candy. Confectioner George Pepper bought the business, and by 1830 created a companion treat.
And he decided that the Gibraltar was sort of a feminine piece of candy.
Dainty.
It was made dainty. It was
Okay.
made in lemon and peppermint flavors. So he decided to make a candy called the Blackjack, made from blackstrap molasses.
More manly.
This was more mannish.
Birkinshaw's grandfather bought the company from Pepper at the turn of the 20th century. Birkinshaw's father would later take it over and move production into the family basement.
From like 4 years old, all you could smell through the whole house was candy.
That's like a kid's dream.
All the neighborhood kids used to come over, and they'd all hang around the windows looking for the samples to come out, which my father used to always, pass out the window to them.
So how young were you then when you learned to make candy?
I would say maybe around 10.
And he's still making it today. Now the kitchen sits adjacent to the store's shop, allowing its sugary aroma to entice customers. Birkinshaw passing on recipes to his son-in-law, just as his father and grandfather had done before. Like lemon drops, made the old-fashioned way. And of course, there are the Gibraltars, Mary Spencer's same recipe, made as she would have back in the 1800s.
Isn't there an easier way to do it though now?
Oh,
Sure
there
is.
is definitely an easier way. This is not a business to be in if you're looking for an easy business, an
Yeah.
easy way to work.
But there's something about maintaining that history and that tradition.
And that's what makes us keep going.
And while the historic confections remain Ye Old Pepper Company's biggest sellers, the candy business is one of creativity and innovation.
We're always trying to come up with something different, something to go with the seasons, or just new ideas.
Creativity is also what helped keep the business going when the pandemic hit back in March.
We laid everybody off. We shut everything down. And my father and I went to work and tried to figure out exactly what we were going to do. And we were a little panicked. Well, I have all this Easter candy. And I actually called my son's school. I said to them, would you mind, putting out an email to the parents? We will make baskets from scratch. They basically saved us at the beginning. They were the reason we were able to continue going.
Mary Spencer started this because the community reached out and gave her sugar.
Right.
So she
Right.
could do
Right.
this. In your time of need, you reached out to the community.
Right.
Yes, St. Michael's was our lifeline.
Yep.
And now, in October, the lifeline is quite simply the line, even at a third of its normal size with safety precautions in place.
It's an extremely big deal. We actually did not plan. We did not plan for a large Halloween. So we're, around the clock, we're making candy, we're packing candy, trying to keep up with everything.
Just like the Gibraltars, which started it all, Ye Old Pepper Company continues to stand the test of time.
I don't see candy going out anytime soon, but you know, fingers crossed.
My grandfather made it through the Great Depression and he lost everything, but he still kept going.
Good job, you got it. You're hired. I'm hoping to continue it for my son someday. Ultimately, it's his decision, but I'm keeping it running right now so that someday he has the option.
Same way your dad did.
Yep, it's truly in our blood.
Yeah, it's in our blood.
With every Gibraltar and blackjack you eat.
Right? True.